So the children are in 3 different kindergartens. Kindergartens are mixed age from 3 to 6 years old, and each kindergarten's got up to 16 children with a teacher and an assistant. And the children are picked up first thing in the morning at the gate, and then they have a little walk up to kindergarten to start their day. So once they get up there, we have our outdoor play, and at the beginning of that, the teacher will do an activity, which could be baking, it could be painting, it could be preparing the snack, chopping vegetables for the soup. Quite often it's got something to do with preparing the snack. And the oldest children do help with that, and the little ones quite often want to help with that too. And other than that, it's free play. So lots of opportunities to explore in our beautiful gardens, lots of things to find and discover and see and ask questions about, and also lots of space to move. And once the outdoor playtime is finished, after about a good hour, then we get ready to go inside. We go into the lobby and we take off our waterproofs, put on our slippers, get ready to be inside. And then we do our ring time, which is songs and verses with movement and gestures. And they're always connected to the seasons in some way. And we do the same ring time for about 3 weeks. So the children do get to know it really well. And they can often, in the summer term, the big ones can often do it by themselves almost. They know it so well. And that just brings a really rich language into the kindergarten and really sort of builds the children's vocabulary, which is really important for later literacy. That's the foundation, really. And after ring time, we have our snack together. So the oldest children will have already set the table by this time, and we all sit down together, and the oldest children are a bit of service at this time, and they give out the food to the younger ones and pour the drinks. And we say a blessing, light a candle, and we eat together. And it's also a really nice opportunity for the children to have a little chat about what they've done at the weekend, what they're going to do in the holidays, all those kind of things. So good for practicing their communication skills. Then after snack, the little ones go off to play, and the oldest ones do help a little bit with clearing up. So they will wipe the table, sweep under the table, help a bit with the washing up. And that is a really good opportunity as well, because the little ones get to go off and play first, and the older ones, who've often made plans all morning already about what they're going to play and what they're going to need, have to often do a little bit of negotiating when it's time for them to go and play. And really again practicing their social skills and their negotiating and communicating. Our toys are actually a little bit different also from what other settings might have. They're all made from natural materials. Lots of them are made by the teachers. Others are just natural materials like pebbles, pine cones, nice pieces of wood that have been polished. And a lot of these toys are really open-ended, which gives the children a really good opportunity to really use their imagination and let their imagination flow. Then at the end of playtime, we do tidy up together. We have a little tidy song that sort of indicates now is the time to tidy up. And then we have a story at the end of the morning. They're often nature stories, sometimes a fairy tale, and they are told rather than read. And they are told for at least a week, sometimes 2 if it's a bit more of an elaborate story. And then often the second week it's a puppet show, and the oldest children get to help with them performing the puppet show while the teacher tells the story. And after story, we get ready to go home or to afternoon play. Most children do go home at lunchtime. Again, we walk them down to the gate, and they're picked up by their parents. And the children that stay for the afternoon come back up to the kindergarten with us. That's the morning. So we have a small group of 12 children who stay for the afternoon, up to 12 children from each kindergarten. And we have an experienced kindergarten teacher who holds that every day. And she is helped by an assistant from one of the kindergartens. They take it in turns. So the children that stay always have somebody there that they know quite well. And that finishes at 2:45. They have lunch together and play, really. It's what it says, afternoon play. So our curriculum is very much sort of framed by the seasons and by the festivals of the year. What the children learn is very much sort of just incorporated in the day-to-day activities that we do through the year and through the weeks and through the day. So like I've already sort of explained a little bit at Ring Time, they have this rich language environment, but for the children it's completely unconscious that they're actually learning something, but the teachers have planned this quite carefully. And through doing all the seasonal activities like harvesting in the autumn, making jam out of the apples that we harvest, and making bread when we've just heard about growing the grain in the Ring Time and milling it into flour, it gives the children a really good idea of how things happen in the world. And we also, each kindergarten has a walk day every week. We have quite a strong outdoor curriculum at our school. And the walk day is a day where we're outside all day. So we make our jam sandwiches in the morning with the bread we've made the day before and the jam we've made in the autumn, and off we go over the hills. And that obviously provides a lot of opportunity to practice their gross motor skills with walking, but there are also so many other opportunities in that. Quite often counting, maths can come into it, because that whole sort of rhythm of walking quite often sort of brings out counting in the children, and they start to count as they walk along. So there are also in that outdoor curriculum lots of opportunities that are less obvious. And there's also the whole discovery of nature and what we can find there and discover there as well, obviously. So even although we do celebrate Christian festivals mostly in kindergarten we do celebrate them from a more of the point of view of what happens in nature. For example, our Easter festival is all about the reawakening of spring and the joy of that, and the birds that are building their nests and are singing, and the flowers and blossoms that are coming out. If we have children from other religions and cultures in our kindergartens, we also bring those festivals. We usually ask those parents then for support with this, because they are the people that have the connection with that festival, and that is often really lovely. We've had things like Diwali, we've had a Chinese New Year, we've had a Japanese flower festival, just as a few examples. So that those very much get incorporated whenever we have children that are coming to us from those cultures, which is happening more and more actually. And the other special celebrations we have are the birthday celebrations for the children, where we tell a very special story about how they've come to be here and about their biography so far. So again, that's a nice opportunity for the children to hear about each other's biography and realize that not everybody's the same, that people have different family setups and come from different backgrounds. We've had a lot of families coming to us actually during the pandemic, because the whole outdoor education has become a lot more important to a lot of people. We have quite a lot of that, and people also come to us because there isn't already this early academic pressure. What the children learn here is really preparing them for later, more formal learning, and it's building really strong foundations for that. And there are more and more parents that don't want their children to have to sit down at a desk and have to do maths and read and write on a piece of paper all day long. So that's what they're getting here. And when the children move on to class 1, which is then a bit more formal, they are really well prepared and they have really strong foundations and aren't already frustrated by the things they haven't been able to do because they were just actually too young to be able to do them. So I think that's the main reasons why people come here.